Howdy, G-Man here. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today, got my notes, got my vape, got my drink. Okay, today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of methadone maintenance treatment. We'll be referring to it as MMT. So MMT stands for Methadone Maintenance Treatment. For those who don't know, methadone is a synthetic opioid drug first created around the time of World War II. It was used in the 1960s and early 70s to experiment with treating heroin addicts to see if they could reduce their drug cravings and therefore reduce crime and risk and all the negative things associated with addiction. And methadone maintenance treatment, or MMT, is when somebody who is having trouble kicking opiates, or somebody who's addicted to opiates, they can take the methadone and it will stop them from seeking and craving other drugs. Well, the hope is that it will stop them from craving opiate drugs. And it's generally considered to be safe and effective for that purpose. A little backstory real quick about me. I was a heroin addict. I started with oxys in high school. Progressed to heroin by 18-ish, maybe a little younger. And I was addicted to heroin and pills, I guess you could say, for probably around 7 years. And I made a big geographical change. I moved out of the crap hole that is known as California and moved to this wonderful place called Montana, right? And I made it about 10 months clean after I moved, and I was already relapsed. So I decided it was time to give methadone maintenance treatment a try. I've been on methadone for probably about 8.5 years. So I've been around the block. I'm sure there's some of you out there watching this saying, oh boy, if you only knew, and I'm sure. But I guess I'll say I'm not a beginner, okay? A lot of people ask me that know me in my real life and know that I'm on methadone, which isn't many people because I keep it to myself. But a lot of them will ask me, why did you get on methadone? Or if they're having trouble in their own lives, they'll ask, is methadone right for me? Well, I can't answer that for you. But what I can do is I can tell you some of the pros and some of the cons of being on MMT. Okay. Since I'm trying to be more positive in life, we'll start with the positives. Glance at my notes here. I'm cheating, I know, but I'm new to this. Alright, so the number one pro when it comes to methadone maintenance treatment, the number one MMT pro is it'll keep you off of dope if it works for you, right? Obviously it doesn't work for everyone, but if it works for you, the biggest pro is you won't be on dope anymore because you won't have the cravings or the withdrawals, right? And even more importantly, methadone has a blocking effect. I remember when I first got on methadone, within a month or two, I had met some real winners at the clinic I go to, and I made a real winner decision, and they hooked it up. I did some heroin, and honestly, I barely felt it at all. Barely felt it. And I felt like that was not worth the risk and the money, so fuck that. So it has a blocking effect for other opiates, and it'll help keep you off dope. The other great advantage or pro is cost. It's, typically anywhere from free if you got Medicaid and you're in California, right? All the way up to about $70, $80 a week. I pay $80 a week, and that adds up quick, especially when you haven't bought street drugs in some time. It seems like a lot of money, but if you're using it to stop street drugs, I mean, $60-80 a week's nothing compared to, $60 to $120 a day heroin habit. So the cost, that's a pro. Mandatory counseling and accountability with urine analysis and other measures like diversion call checks, right? Or I guess a lot of people would refer to it as a pill check or pill count. And that's all annoying stuff. It is, but you know what? It helps hold you accountable. And that's a huge thing for some people. Yeah, and again, I mean, the main thing is just the stability. I went from somebody who couldn't hold a job more than a few months, somebody who was changing friends all the time because something would happen, somebody who was with a new chick when I could get them, right? But a new one all the time. And when I got on methadone, it all changed. I've had the same job since I started methadone. I've gotten married to a wonderful, beautiful woman. We have a wonderful, beautiful daughter. We have nice vehicles. We have nice things. We have a nice life. And a lot of that is because of methadone and the stability that it gave me and that it's currently giving me. Okay, those are all pros. We'll get into the negatives now because I don't want this to be too long. A big negative is also cost. Because again, when you haven't had a monkey on your back for a while and you don't have that big habit, you forget about it and you're going to look at that bill every month and go, man, every week and go, man, $55 a week or $80 a week or $71 or whatever it is, it adds up quick. And if you've got a spouse or a family or, you live with your girl, or even if you got roommates and money gets tight, it's going to come up. Well, you've been on that for so long. Why are you still on it? It costs all this money, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, the cost is a negative as well as a positive. And it's also a big negative because if you don't pay, they're going to detox you. We call it a fee-tox. You didn't pay the fee, so now you're getting detoxed, a fee-tox. And that's when you don't pay the clinic. Even a D-boy or one of your homeboys will give you a front or a spot or a loan, whatever you want to call it. Clinic ain't going to do that for you. If you don't pay, they cut your dose by 25% per day until you're at, I think it's 20 or maybe it's 10. Once you hit 20 or 10 or below milligrams, they'll just pull the rug. And you do not want that. And that's going to lead us up to a couple more of our cons, and I'm trying to be quick, guys, I'm sorry. A big con is when you have to go to the clinic all the time and interact with people who are there. Trust me, it is negative, it is not fun. Half the time I want to just hide my face and put earphones in, and half the time I want to get up and just deck somebody because of how disrespectful they're being to the staff there or something, There's a lot of real winners over there. I've even had people come up to me on the streets that I've seen in the clinic or talked to in the clinic, right? I'll be at Albertsons or Target or whatever with my wife and kid, and dude will come up to me and start talking about dope and you got any Done, you sell your Done, blah, blah, blah. It's not good. So a big con is the people you have to be around, okay? Another con is there's no accountability on dose. And I get it, there shouldn't be in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I think it's pretty cruel that they let people work themselves all the way down a hole that's 300 milligrams a day. And let me tell you something, if you're taking 300 milligrams a day and you want to wean and get off with as little discomfort as possible, you're going to be weaning for a year and a half, 2 years. No dose accountability, that's a big one as well. And I guess the final con is that it does hold you back. There's a lot of jobs that are going to look sideways at that. Of course, there are laws that protect us and, the Americans with Disabilities Act and stuff, since opioid dependency is now an actual, disability and all that. But still, trust me, you're going to get shot down a lot over that if they find out. Usually employers do a 5-panel test, 5-panel drug test, which methadone is not on. But nowadays, if you're operating vehicles or machinery, they'll give you a 10-panel, and methadone is almost always on a 10-panel. And the biggest con I'm going to end this on is the fact that The withdrawal syndrome of methadone can last up to 6 months. The withdrawal from methadone, I've heard it described from other junkies and from what I've experienced myself, is yes, it's a special kind of hell, okay? You don't want to be there. So yeah, I hope that helped you a little bit. Go ahead and drop a comment. I will respond. Good stuff, bad stuff, ugly stuff, whatever. Any press is good press. Again, I'm G-Man, coming from you somewhere in the hills in Montana, and thank you. You can expect a lot more content from this channel coming up, and it's not all going to be serious stuff. A lot of it's going to be, stories of being a junkie in San Diego County, and a lot of that you won't want to miss, trust me. There may also be some, home improvement vlogs. I'm a city boy. Just moved out to the country about a year ago. Family and I are giving it a shot. I might vlog a bit on that. But anyways, if you have any questions or if you just need anyone to talk to or whatever, I get it. You're looking at this video for a reason. Your life's probably not going as well as you'd like it to. You're going to make it. You're going to be good. I can't tell you if methadone is right for you or not. I will sum it up and say goodbye by saying this. Methadone gave me the life that I always wanted. But now, methadone is holding me back from having the better life that I want. But it's so difficult because I don't know where I'd be without methadone. I've spent all my adult life dependent on opiates with maybe like 16 months from age 17 to 31 where I haven't been on them, so yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's stay positive, guys. Again, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're in a rough spot, but hey, hang in there. Say something in the comments, ask a question, I'll get back to you. Thanks, guys. G-Man logging out.